Hello and guten Tag. My name is Achim Anscheid. I'm the Director of Design for Bugatti since 2004. And I'm going to lead you through some of the styling elements on our project Divo. What was our first inspiration? Well, it was actually our president, Stefan Winkelmann, who gave us a briefing in the very beginning saying, give me a car, please, that is completely different from the Chiron, but still unmistakably identifiable as a Bugatti. And that takes us to the front of the car. You can still see the horseshoe being prominent in the front of the car and the strong centerline accentuation, but you see a very different face and a different architecture in the front. Why so? Everything around the fuselage that you can see in this area is tailored towards the brake performance of the car. All the air intakes for the brake performance are here, but there are also air intakes for the brake performance here via an S-duct leading down to the brake cooling. And that is the reason why the architecture of the frontal face has the headlights all the way to the outside, because the performance is happening here on the inside. When I take you around the car here from the side, you can clearly still see a Bugatti signature. It still very much shows the identity of the Bugatti DNA. It still shows very much a Bugatti line that you also find on the Chiron. But you see a Bugatti line here on the Divo in a proportion that is quite different, quite a bit more sporty and agile and lean, and also moving the car, even at standstill, slightly forward. But it's a very different proportion that you see from the side, and this leads to the agile character and styling of this car. You can also see the lower part of this car being ultra cut and sharp in contrast to the very soft lines to the upper body. This is due to the performance aspect to get more downforce into the car by the carbon package that is on the lower side visible. Onto the roof you see a NACA duct element that draws much more air into the engine compartment and flushes out hot air from the engine and leads clean air also onto our fixed rear wing development, which is still able to fulfill the air brake function. And finally, when we come towards the rear of the car, you can see a complete different interpretation of the Chiron rear end, but you still also see something that we call form-following performance, and that's those taillights here. So as a designer, I always love it when form is following performance, and if the design solution and the technical solution really starts to work as a win-win situation between the design department and the Department of Technical Development. Well, that pretty much wraps up our little walk around with the Bugatti Divo. 40 clients, each car 5 million, and they were all sold within 4 weeks. I think this is a clear sign and indication for the strength of the Bugatti brand and for the passion that our most trusted customers have for our products.
This is the Bugatti Divo. It's a handling-oriented car. It's nimble and agile. The name Divo comes from a fighter pilot of the World War I. He became a race car driver. His name is Albert Divo. He was famous for being very quick in the corners, and he won the Targa Florio twice on a Bugatti. So for us, this is the perfect match for this car. The design is very different, but very recognizable. It has a big horseshoe, it has the center line, and it has the signature line on the side, but it's also very performance-oriented. Everything we do is about cooling and downforce if it's about the design. So here, form follows performance. A big air intake in the front, a big front spoiler. Then we have the NACA duct, which is good for the cooling of the engine. We have a big rear wing, and we also have an outstanding new diffuser. This is leading to more downforce by 198 pounds. We reduced the weight of the car by more than 77 pounds. We increased the camber for better handling behavior. And we also have a stiffer chassis and stiffer sport dampers. And this in combination with our outstanding 8-liter capacity engine with 16 cylinders and 1500 horsepower is enabling this car on our handling parkour down in southern Italy, in Puglia, in Nardò, to be 8 seconds quicker than the Chiron. And this car is also to celebrate the kick-off of our 110th anniversary, which is going to take place next year, so in 2019, and we will have a lot of events and things going around the world.
For the Divo project, we've kept and further developed our Bugatti design DNA features, but on top of that, we've also taken the opportunity to exercise our freedom and create a completely new form language. The uncompromising interpretation of the Divo towards lateral dynamics has opened up a new set of possibilities for us, expressed in a more performance-oriented design. This one is quite a bit more beast.
The project Divo is reminiscent of Albert Divo, who was a Grand Prix pilot in the late 1920s and racing actually for the Bugatti Molsheim factory equipe. On his Type 35, he is probably remembered most for his 2 consecutive victories in one of the most grueling and demanding mountain races that existed at the time, which is the Targa Florio in Sicily. Divo takes us back to the days when Jean Bugatti, the son of company founder Ettore, created one of his most memorable masterpieces in Bugatti history, the Type 57 SC Atlantique, probably one of the most valuable cars in today's automotive vintage world. We are reinforcing our pedigree in coach building made in Molsheim.
The coach building gave us in engineering the opportunity to build up a new radical exterior with aerodynamic features on a given base and to give the customer a complete new feeling, especially driving in the corners. Divo is not a concept or show car. Divo is built for actual road use. More downforce, less weight, more G-force, resulting in a faster lap time.
The Divo will be an incredible car to excite people around the world. The car is light, it has a lot of downforce to be agile and nimble. We will do only 40 of them and they will cost 5 million each. Happiness is not around the corner, it is the corner. The Divo is made for corners. And I can't wait to have the world premiere at the Quay Lodge on the 24th of August. So stay tuned and we will tell you more.